the AB Arms boron coated bolt and M-16 bolt carrier. And baby, is it staked right. Nickel boron has been used with high success with covering bolt carrier groups. It's self-lubricating and it just keeps the grime, it keeps the carbon from sticking to the bolt, and you're going to last a lot longer. You can run these fairly dry as well because the finish is so slick, not like the phosphate finishes. But what's really important is really not the bolt carrier itself. The bolt is your primary part that actually moves right here, and that's where most of your wear occurs, not necessarily on the carrier group itself. Now this is an AB Arms nickel boron coated bolt. It's the M-16 bolt carrier. I've had this for about a year and I love it. I've used it extensively. I've probably put about 5,000 rounds through my AR with this bolt, and it just holds up well. No jams. Even when I'm shooting a really dirty rifle, it just really functions well. But on a current build that I'm doing, I wanted to get another one of the nickel boron bolts, and I got in touch with Jason at AB Arms, and they've changed their design a little bit. He said, we're sticking with the boron nickel bolt, but really there's no need for the bolt carrier to be nickel boron because the interior is chrome lined anyway, according to Mil-Spec. Also your gas tube. Plus it's about $50 extra to nickel boron plate the whole carrier. But one of the things that you need to really consider when adding AR parts, building rifles, even the rifles themselves, are where are the parts made, are they Mil-Spec, and what's the quality of the parts. There's a lot of parts that are coming from overseas now. In fact, a lot of parts are coming out of China. A lot of those are inferior metals. Even when certain companies are supposedly building their own parts, they're usually farming them out to other parts companies, and you don't really know exactly what you're getting. That's one of the good things about AB Arms, is that they not only sell these parts, they also make these parts right here in the USA under very strict tolerances. Jason Combs, the owner of AB Arms, is a veteran, and for the past 3 years they have been really producing some great parts, and at this point right now they are providing bolt carriers for some of the best AR-15 companies in the country. The bolt and bolt carrier group are the heart of your rifle. That mated with a good barrel, that's the most important element of the AR-15 rifle. We're going to look at each of the parts and talk about some of the specifics. So I'm going to go ahead and break this down. The bolt itself is made from 158 Carpenter steel, and it's heat treated to Mil-Spec requirements. So you're going to get an excellent bolt system. They're also shot peened, which means it's bombarded with certain particles to be able to harden the surface of the metal. They're also MPI and HP tested, which is magnetic particle tested or high pressure testing. And this is an NIBX nickel boron coated bolt, and so it's self-lubricating, and it's very foul resistant. A lot of areas that get caught are right in here and in certain areas where fouling builds up and it needs to be scraped off. With the nickel boron coated bolt, it's not going to be able to adhere to those areas, and it's going to keep them clean a lot longer. And that's really important with the bolt specifically. You can just feel the smooth slickness of this bolt. Now your extractor is one of the black extractors. It's made from E4140 steel. It's heat treated to Mil-Spec. Having a really good solid extractor is very important because you need to be able to extract those rounds out of the rifle. That's going to keep your reliability up. These are also shot peened, and they're manganese phosphate coated, and that's also to Mil-Spec. The bolt carrier is an M-16 bolt carrier, and that means that this rear area matches the top. And a lot of your AR-15s are kind of cut about halfway, and some of them are even non-existent at all. And I've done a review, of course, on different bolt carriers and the differences. One of the things about the M-16 is this is what it was designed around, and these are perfectly legal to use in your AR-15 rifle. There's a little bit more mass here, and it will slow the rate of fire down just a touch, and it actually functions and balances a lot better. Now these are phosphate coated. These are made from 8620 steel, and the interior is chrome lined. Now the bolt carrier key is made from 4130 steel. It does have a phosphate coating on it, but one of the most important parts is that it's properly staked. And that is really important to have those staked really well, because if the gas key comes loose, and I've seen a number of them happen, this will disable your rifle. And the gas port is chrome lined. Your cam pin is nickel boron coated, and it's made from 4140 steel. The firing pin is made from S7 steel, and it is chrome plated. Now here is the bolt after it's been shot, probably a couple of hundred rounds of ammunition, and you know, it's pretty dirty, which is typical. One of the areas right here that gets a lot of carbon buildup, but it just wipes clean. Not a lot of work that goes into cleaning these. The nickel boron is just so smooth. This area right here really has a lot of carbon buildup, and you're taking your scrapers. There's just no buildup right in here a little bit. You know, it's a little bit discolored just from the heat and the powder and everything, but everything just wipes clean. Of course, this is where your gas rings are. This is your lockup into the chamber as it turns, and this is really where all the action is. The boron coating is just so slick, and it is self-lubricating, but it really helps to add a little bit of oil. You're not going to have to add as much, which in turn translates into more buildup from debris and particles. So just having a very clean, smooth surface with a light coat of oil really makes this thing function very well. The bolt sliding in and out of the carrier right here, this is where the slickness really pays off. The bolt carrier itself, riding in and out of the upper receiver, is not really that important. It's not that critical. So the strength of your gas key is important, of course, and again the staking, but really right here going into your chamber is what's really important, getting that smooth lockup and then coming loose. AB Arms also makes just your standard Mil-Spec bolt carriers. I think they run about $149. Now this setup here runs $179.99. The original nickel boron bolts, I believe, are running about $225. I've seen them for about that price in other areas. But if you can save yourself around $50 to really cover the most important parts of your bolt, I think that is money well spent. You can buy just the bolt itself separately for $99 and be able to place that in an existing bolt carrier that you own. But again, AB Arms is not selling a bunch of generic parts made from who knows where, especially imported parts. Everything is made right in the U.S. Again, Jason's a veteran, and they stand behind their products. So made in the USA, you know what you're getting it directly from the source. I think this really gives a lot of peace of mind for one of the most important parts of your AR-15 rifle. And guys, for my go-to gun, I want the best. Now, AB Arms not only produces these bolts, they also produce the Mod 1 handguards. And this is my favorite polymer handguard system. And so I've done reviews on it as well. I love the handhold at the front. These are excellent. And they do a line of polymer rails to go with the polymer handguards. And you can check out all the products at abarms.com. Very high quality, American made products, veteran owned company. You just can't go wrong. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. The bolt carrier, it's the nickel boron bolt. Now this setup here runs $109. And again, what's not to like about AB Arms? I mean, really guys, you get the bolt, it's worth it just to get this sticker.